Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. We got a beautiful day today, no wind whatsoever, and we're going on a little bit of a random forage for some edible plants, and hopefully we can find some crabs or some winkles along the way. So stay tuned, we'll have a cook up at the end of this one. It's Smash Fishing, woo! I just fancy something a little bit different today. Fancy eating some winkles like I used to as a kid. Be nice to see if we can find some decent ones anyway. There's always winkles around. And we'll have a look in some holes. It's not the best tide for lobsters or anything, but you never know what you're going to find really. Hell yeah. Got some lovely pieces of sea lettuce here, still attached to the rock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forage some of this. I'm going to try some of this on the cook up today. Lovely job. There's a lot of different sorts of seaweeds, and most of them are edible. As you can see, this place is littered with it. You've got gutweed as well, which is this one. It comes in clumps, but it's not the most tastiest seaweed out of them all. My personal favorite is the sea lettuce, but I'm going to try a few that I've never tried before today, and we'll just have a little taste test. Some lovely sized winkles around here, so we're going to gather some of these up. We're going to need quite a few for our cook up because I'm pretty hungry. I'd always recommend not taking all of them from one rock. Spread it out a little bit. Just take the biggest ones you can find, because that way there'll be enough for another day. There's absolutely thousands around here, so we're not going to stunt the population, but it's always good just to do your part. A nice big one there, check that out. And as you can see, you can pick up handfuls really quickly. When you're picking your winkles, always try and find the biggest ones you can find. As you can see, we've got all these medium-sized ones, then you get the odd beauties. Otherwise, you just won't get a lot of meat out of them, and you'll be wasting your time trying to pick the meat out. There's a lot of limpets around, but I'm not interested in them. I've eaten them in the past and nearly threw up, so I don't like them. As you can see, I'm in huge rack beds at the moment. I'm not a big fan of the rack, any sort of it. You get egg rack, you get razor rack, all different forms. That's the razor rack there. We get all different sorts of it. The bladder rack with all the bubbles on. Yeah, we get all different sorts of seaweeds, but some taste good in my opinion, and some taste like pure you know what. This seaweed right here, guys. This is called bootlace weed or spaghetti weed. And you never just want to rip the whole fast off. Just cut a piece off, just like so. And this is actually delicious fried up. So we'll be taking some of that. Ideal. We tried some of this in a catch and cook a while ago, and we were actually really surprised by this. All of this right here, this is called pepper dulse. And this, when you eat it, it's got a really strong flavour like pepper. It's quite interesting, it's delicious as well. So we're going to take a little bit of that just for the cook, give it a little bit of pepper taste. Yum! If you ever get a chance to try that pepper dulse, guys, if you like a mustard and stuff, that is delicious. Honestly, I've had the aftertaste in my mouth for about 20 minutes now, and it's absolutely amazing. I really enjoy it. I'm going to be eating that a lot more in the cooks, especially if I don't bring any like seasonings with me like pepper and stuff. I'm hoping in the cook today that it gives it that mustardy taste. It's real lime mustard. I love it. Really good. Definitely recommended. And all I'm doing is slowly walking my way up the beach and just checking out different seaweeds and rock pools and see what we can find. Wouldn't mind a couple of lady crabs or something. Nice size edible brown crab there. Not big enough to keep. Got some tiny little pregnant exantho crab. All sorts of different forms of life in here. My trainers are now wet, so I'm going in. Oh, that's cold. That's one of the most prettiest clamshells I've ever found. Check the patterns on that. Really pinky orange colour. That's awesome to see. Just moving my way along the gullies where all the sand meets the boulders. So that's usually where I find a lot of stuff. And what I'm looking for is just a couple of crabs or some bigger winkles. Anything to munch on. Little rock pools like this are ideal for finding lady crabs and stuff. So we'll have a little mooch about in here, see what we can find. Check that out for a view. The water is like sheet glass and it's gin clear as well. I love just sitting here, chilling out. There's not many people who's got that on their doorstep. Finding a lot of brown crabs, but just no really big ones. That one's freshly molted. So you can see it's very pale. Awesome little creatures though, and these are the one crab you really do not want to get bitten by. I love these little critters. Oop. There we go, let's put him back. This right here is a perfect example of forest kelp, and this stuff grows up to 2 meters long. As you can see, it's massive, and these are the holdfasts that they use to cling to the rocks. And this stuff is so strong, really is. This one's obviously dead, but it's got some sort of eggs on it. That's weird. But these grow huge. Me and Sam always call them camo kelp, because if you lay under them you can't see yourself. Yeah. Some of these boulders are really heavy. Whoa. Check that out. It's a lovely size shore crab there. Keep that to one side for 1 second, but check this mother out. That's a beautiful sized brown crab right there. It's recently molted, so I won't be keeping it. That would have been very close to legal size. What a shame. What a beauty. Little baby one there. That's one of the biggest brown crabs I've found in a little while. That's a beauty, that. Yeah, still slightly soft, so we won't be keeping him. What else we got in here? No shrimps or anything. But we're going to keep this bad boy. We're going to keep the shore crab, and we'll cook that up with our little feast. It's a bit of an experimental day today, so that's an ideal size for eating. Get out of the way a sec, buddy. Oh, it's a Venus clam. Get out of the way, buddy. You don't want this one dropping on you. Woo! That's a heavy rock. So there you go, guys. Really pretty Venus clam there. That was under the rock as well. And we had this big bad boy. That's a beautiful sized brown crab. Look at that. Really nice size. That's the ones you want to be looking for. A little bit bigger than that and harder, and that bad boy would have been cooked. There we go. Back in his hole. Cover him in a bit of seaweed. You can hide out. There's seaweed right here, and these grow absolutely huge. I've seen them about 3 meters long before. That's the sugar kelp. I've tried drying this out before and it didn't taste much like sugar to me, but it's not my favorite weed, but quite impressive when you see a huge one. Size of that for a bone. Must be from a cow or something. Even the ducks are enjoying the water. Seen quite a few ducks on this beach. What I'm doing at the moment, I'm just chilling out, wading through the water. The water's actually quite cold, it's quite surprising. I'm just seeing if I can see any clams on the seabed or anything. Such a relaxed day today. I've had a bit of a bad foot lately, so nice relaxing coastal foraging mission, and we'll have a cook up after. Hell yeah. I've come up the top of the beach now, guys, just to where all the hedgerow is, and up here we should be able to find some sea spinach or sea beet, and it is delicious. I'm just working my way up, make sure there's no bees' nests, so you got to be a little bit careful. But there, oh, we found some nice young leaves as well. This right here is sea beet, and this is absolutely delicious, especially when you get nice young leaves just like this one. Lovely fresh young leaves. Seems to be a bigger one over there, a bigger plant. So I'll make my way up there and we'll go pick some sea beet. Got some lovely fresh leaves here. I always like to take them this sort of size. I've read that the younger leaves tend to be less bitter than what the, let's reach over there, tend to be a lot less bitter than what the adult leaves are. So if you're picking them, the nice fresh little leaves like this, that is ideal. And this is delicious. Me and Sam cooked some of this up with oysters once, and this was amazing. You can see the different plant. It's sort of got a waxy feel to it, so it's quite easy to distinguish. There's a lot of bees' nests around in this bank, so I've got to be a little bit careful where I am. What you've got to be careful of with picking the hedgerow sort of plants is, for one, some plants are very deadly, very poisonous, and they can make you very ill. So don't pick anything that you are not 100% of. There's a lot of plants that I see around here, I know the names of them, but I wouldn't eat them just because I know they've got a relative that's actually quite dangerous. And I'm not an expert in this sort of stuff. I do this just for a bit of fun and just trying something new. So yeah, just have your wits about you and never pick anything that you are not 100% of. Same with the sea, same with the hedgerow. And also along paths, because dogs obviously pee in plants. You don't want to be eating dog pee. So look, we got some lovely plants here. These are nice fresh ripe ones. I always try not to take too much off one plant, just the same as the sea. It's you don't want to just take everything from one spot, because you'll wreck it for next time. So if you just take a few just like this, and then you're laughing. So I think I've got enough now. We'll go back down on the beach, see if we can find some more crabs, and then we're going to be cooking up a nice meal, baby. Woo! This right here, this is a ray egg, or this could actually be a dogfish egg because it's so small. I think dogfish eggs are a little bit more pale than this, so this is definitely a ray egg, I would have thought. And we get some blonde ray eggs are like this, they are massive. So judging by that, that could be a small eye or a thornback. If anyone knows, leave it in the comments. Oh, no way. So there you go, guys. That's my forage from today. We got our sea spaghetti, we've got our sea lettuce, we got our sea beet and our winkles, and we got a nice big crab there. It's got a lovely sized claw, so that'll be getting cooked up as well. Actually, we'll let that one go. I don't need that crab. So what I'm going to do now is set up for cooking. So what I'm doing, guys, just got a little bit of water in the pan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil my winkles first, and then I'm going to take them out the shells and make sort of a stir fry. Well, some sort of a stir fry. Anyway, I'm going to fry up the seaweed with onion, fresh garlic and lemon, and I've got a nice red pepper to go in there as well, and we're going to have them in tortilla boats. Hell yeah. So that's our ingredients ready. What we've got is chopped up sea spaghetti, we've got a red pepper diced up, we got a nice red onion, we got a clove of garlic, fresh lemon and sea lettuce, and then we've got our pepper dulse on the side just to give it that little mustardy kick. Yummy. And then what we've got is our sea spinach here, and that will go in last because it's gonna cook the quickest. Can't beat days like this, sitting on a rock chopping up some food, looking at the view is absolutely immense of these two islands. You got Herm and Sark all in the background. That's my winkles. I've only given them 5 minutes cooking because you don't want to cook winkles for too long, otherwise they'll end up going a bit tough. So what I'm going to do, pour them all out here, get the pan on there, and what I've got to do now is take all of the meat out, and what I've got is a 6/0 hook. You can use any sort of pokey thing to get these out. Some can be a bit of a nightmare, and you're just slowly twisting the shell as you pull it out, just like so, and there you go. And that's your winkle, and you take the little foot off the bottom there, and that's ready to go. So I'm going to get all of these done now, and we'll get on to the next bit of cooking, baby. So there you go, guys. I should have got a few more winkles really, but we got a little bit of meat there. That's them all prepped. So what I'm doing now is going to get this back on the heat. Beautiful. And I've got some Guernsey butter in the tub here. I'm going to get a good old dollop of that in there. Beautiful. And now we've got our fresh peppers, fresh red pepper, that's getting bonged in there, and the same with our spaghetti weed and our red onion, that's going to go in there as well. And I get that all fried up. We've got our fresh garlic, that goes in. I'm literally just bonging it all in. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper dulse because I don't know how much it's going to change the flavour of this. We got our sea lettuce. I'm just going to rip it all up into small pieces, get that in there as well. And this is smelling amazing already. Beautiful. And last of all, we've got all of our sea beet or sea spinach, and all of this I've scrubbed it all in the fresh water in the sea, just to get any bits or dirt off it. So that goes in as well. And I'm going to let all of this cook down a little bit, and then we're going to add our lovely winkles. Check that out. That's all sizzling down lovely now. Beautiful. It does actually have that mustardy taste, mustardy smell to it. What I've got is some fresh lemon that I'm just gonna squeeze a bit in there. That's gonna be delicious. Yum. I like my peppers with a little bit of crunch, so I don't want to overcook them. I'm interested in what this is going to taste like though. And last of all, we've got our meat, and that goes in as well. Gotta get the last of that out. Yum. This actually smells amazing. Really surprising, actually. So there you go, guys. That's my foraged meal. There's some red peppers, some fresh garlic, Winkles, sea beet, a bit of sea spaghetti, and what I've got is some little tortilla boats. And I'm literally just gonna get a handful and chuck it in there. Make sure I got a bit of that meat. A bit of sweet chili sauce right now would be delicious. But check that out. Hell yeah. Mmm. That is surprisingly fresh. Got a nice big winkle there. The thing is, you don't want to overcook Winkles because they end up like a bit of rubber. But that is delicious. That is really delicious. That's the sea spaghetti. Just flash fried like that. It's surprising how tender that goes. It's got a little tiny crunch to it, but not much. That is delicious. If you ever get a chance, guys, even if a vegetarian wanted to do this, just avoid all the meat side of it and go get some seaweed, some sea spaghetti, some sea beet, and then chuck some onions and peppers in, and that would make an amazing meal. I'm not much of a vegetable eater, and that I could polish a few of these, and I've got another good one to eat yet. What a breakfast this is. These are ideal for this sort of stuff. And all I'm doing is literally just piling it all up. There's a lot more Winkles in this pot. And like I said, avoid the stalks on the sea beet leaves. Just trim them down. When they're that short, it's alright. But they end up a little bit grainy. So I'm just getting all of that in there. There's a lot of Winkles on this side. Just pile it all in there. Beautiful. And there we go. Check that out. Oh, you can't beat that for a breakfast. Come down the beach, just a couple of hours forage, walk about, enjoying yourself, checking out the islands. And that's my view while I'm eating delicious stuff like this. You can't beat that. It's a beautiful day. There's not much wind whatsoever. And I'm just enjoying myself, to be honest. Really brilliant. I think being a YouTuber is actually setting in now. So I get to do this quite often. I'm very lucky. So I'll have one more bite, one more big one. That is amazing. That is really amazing. Sam, when you watch this, we'll do this again sometime for you, because that is amazing. Those little bits of meat in there, just give it that oomph. And the red onions. If anything, I'd put a slice of ginger in this next time, and then maybe remember the sweet chili sauce. That was my idea, as I was going to come out, forage whatever I can find, and bring some sweet chili sauce to go over the top. But I always forget something. Oh, that's to die for. Absolutely divine. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Something a bit different. I've been doing a lot of research into edible plants and seaweeds lately. So the more I research, the more I'm going to make delicious meals like this. This is absolutely amazing. I'm really enjoying this one. So if you like my channel, like and subscribe. Hopefully we can find a lobster soon. I've got a bit of a scratch. Hopefully we can find a lobster on these foraging tides coming. They're not the best tides, but we can see what we can get. So stay tuned for the next episode. It's Smash Fishing. Woo! A good thing to note is all your discards from your home, take it home with you. Obviously the seaweed and that, it doesn't matter, but always try and leave the place as you found it. That's important when you're down the beach. You don't want to be leaving stuff like this around. I know it's not going to hurt anything, but at the end of the day, leave it as you found it. Stay tuned, guys.